It's about to be lit. Powered by Rock Entertainment. Let's get it. It's that #1 worldwide podcast. Worldwide. It's going down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's up.
What was that? An exhibition? We need emotional content. Try again.
Shout out to my man behind the cam. HalfCam, HalfAmazin. Ladies and gentlemen, Fahin is in the building. Push that subscribe button and let everybody know that you are watching the #1 barbershop podcast, Cuts, Convo, and Coffee.
Winners are not allowed to allow losers to rewrite history.
What's up, everybody? What's going on, man? It's the boy Topshelf D.reed. Welcome to another episode of Cuts, Convo, and Coffee, man. How y'all doing out there? Listen, you're just on your way to work. Tell your boss, hey, I got to listen to D.reed real quick, and I'll be there in a minute. And if you're on your way home, say, hey, I got to listen to D.reed while I'm in this traffic jam. Either way, you are welcome to the show, and we want to thank you guys for watching the show. We appreciate y'all watching Cuts, Convo, and Coffee, the #1 barbershop podcast. And let me tell you one thing. I cannot do this alone. Wouldn't want to do it alone. And I always got to do it with my man behind the cam. We call him HalfCam, HalfAmazin. Ladies and gentlemen, Tim Fontaine is in the building, man. What's up, Tim? What's going on?
What up, D.reed?
How you doing, my bro?
Hey, man, I'm excited.
I'm excited, too. You know why we're excited.
Wow.
Because we got a guest in the house, and I'm going to introduce him in a minute.
A guest?
Yeah, I got a guest. A special guest.
I thought he was a.k.a. an icon.
He's an icon. Even better. An icon, a pioneer. Jeez. Oh, I got him. I got it written down. I got to hit highlight in yellow. I can't show y'all everything there.
It's better probably to talk about the things he don't do.
I know, and it's easier. Well, anyway, you know what?
It is easier.
Listen, if you just tuned in to Cutsconvocoffee, Coffee, do me a favor. Go in there and push the subscribe button right now, right there. Let everybody know that you're watching the show. Let everybody know you're watching the #1 barbershop podcast with your boy, Topshelf D.reed, the one and only Cuts, Convo, and Coffee, man. We are in the building. We're going to get all the preliminary stuff out the way, HalfCam. That's what we're going to do first. We're going to get all that stuff out the way, man. We're not going to play with them today. We're going to go ahead and talk about the show, why we call it the show, and all that stuff. How you doing, though?
Hey, man, I'm good.
You doing good?
I'm great.
Man, I'm happy. We always hype when we got someone special here, man. This guy's special, man. I had to get him on the show. I had everybody else on the show. You know what I mean?
That's another adjective.
I said, we need him. We need him. Wow. He's going to come here and he's going to drop some gems. I'm going to introduce him, let you guys, check him out and listen to what he got to say. Got a great story. And we're going to get to that in a minute. But look, if you're watching us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Thread. I mean, HalfCam, they got so many now. I can't even keep up. Like, every time you just learn one, and here come another one. You on Threads?
Facts.
Don't even worry. Anyway, if you're watching this, make sure you go and push that subscribe, and you want to push that share button. Let everybody know you're watching the #1 barbershop podcast. I'm going to say it one more time. Cuts, Convo, and Coffee. Matter of fact, it won't be the last time. I'm going to say it again. HalfCam, HalfAmazin. I'm feeling good this morning, man. Yeah, we're doing good, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we hanging in there.
We doing the segments?
We're going to do the segments. That's right. We got a couple segments. Everybody been watching us for the segments. We got a couple segments, and I'm going to pull my brother in on the segments, too, because I want to hear what he think of his perspective. The segments, Dahots. You already know you love Dahots. Outtapocket. We love Outtapocket. Oh, we might even need an Outtapocket. I was having a hard time finding an Outtapocket this week. Really? Oh, yeah, yes. And, of course, Ask D.reed. A lot of y'all got questions. A lot of y'all want to know. My boy Dave Palmer, what's up, man? A lot of people hitting us up on the live. You know, my brother got his live on and everything and all that stuff.
Sheesh.
But anyway, look, if you just tuned in, man, make sure you go and push that subscribe button. Let everybody know you're watching the show. Make sure you go ahead and push like and share and all of that, and let people know that, hey, you can follow us and all that stuff and keep up with the notifications. Let everybody know that you are here to listen to Cutsconvocoffee, because we always give you something. I ain't going to say tea, because tea is kind of synonymous with good gossip. We're going to give you that hot coffee. You know what I mean?
Damn, that's a good one.
You know what I mean? tea always, when they say we got the tea, we're not a gossip show. Although we might touch on some stuff. We might give you our perspective, HalfCam.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's not tea. This is coffee. We're going to get that hot shit. You know what I mean? Real talk. And HalfCam, I would be remiss if I didn't tell them why we call it Cutsconvocoffee. Should I tell them now?
I think you should.
Well, let's go. Listen, if you're just tuned in, the reason why we call it Cutsconvocoffee, cuts because I am a retired barber. I've been in the barber game for 30 plus years, and I hone my clippers up. Let me say that. I hone my clippers up. I left the clippers at the shop, but I brought the conversations with me. Conversations are great conversations. I just had over the years the people that impacted my life from every walk of life, from regular people all the way up to celebrities. I have had great conversations that inspired me. So that's the conversation. And then coffee. Why do we call it coffee? Simply because we are woke. That's right. We woke. You know what I mean? And we are not blind. See, a lot of people proclaim to be woke, but they are blind. Ain't that right, Ray Charles? There he is. All right. Ain't that right? There we go. So, Cutsconvocoffee, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Hey, man, we moving. So, listen, man, we got a great show before y'all, man. And, HalfCam, how was your week, man?
Hey, I don't remember.
You don't remember?
Yeah, it was a tough one.
You didn't do anything this week?
I did. Celebrated with the wife.
Okay.
Margaritas.
That sounds great.
Mojitos.
That sounds great.
And
What y'all do this week?
rather not talk.
You know,
about
it's crazy because a Monday or Tuesday or come or whatever, you can't even remember what you done last week because time is so moving so fast.
That's what I meant to say.
Yeah, because I went to the movies. I seen Planet of the Apes. It was cool.
Oh, wow.
It was. I don't know if people. I mean, you watched it since we was growing up and all that stuff. It was okay, man. You know what I mean? So
I'm just to see apes talk and walk and live like humans.
Yeah.
Is weird to me.
I don't know. I see a lot of monkeys growing up. You hear me? I don't know. Hanging. They might not be hanging from trees, but they hanging on them blocks, man. I'm like, what up, man? Let's cut convo call. It's barbershop talk. We're gonna go ahead straight before them. You know what I mean? But I did go see the Planet of the Apes. It was cool. You know what I mean? It wasn't nothing that was just blowing me away where I felt like, they stepped it up or anything. Nah, it's kind of like the same old movie. I think they kind of digressed a little bit, to be honest. You know, it was more. It was different. You know what I mean? I think once they took Caesar out, if y'all watch Planet of the Apes, you know, Caesar, once he died or whatever, it became something else. Though.
So did you believe?
Did I believe it?
Yeah.
What? What? About no, at all. I didn't believe it.
Can you spell believe without the word?
Lie. You know that. You can't spell believe without the word lie. So anytime somebody wants you to believe something, you want to check that lie in the middle. L-I-A. Believing, however you want to say a belief, it's lie in the middle. You can't spell it. But I tell you what you can spell, knowledge. You can spell knowledge, and that comes with the word know. K-N-O-W. That's right. Am I right?
Know the lead.
You better know. That's right. Hey, can't have listen. Are you ready to break my guest in, man? Because I'm just running it right now.
Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you about this brother, man. Let me tell you real quick. He is the elite professional barber, instructor, business owner. He's a teacher, in my opinion, one of the best dressed and creative barbers I've met. We know him as Fa the Barber, man. Let's give a warm welcome to my guy, the owner of Fahin, Hands of Precision. Ain't that right?
That's it.
Fahin the Barber's in the building. There he is. Fahin, what's going on, man?
What's up, D.reed,
man? I appreciate you, man.
Thank you. It's a pleasure, man, for having me on your show.
Oh, man, this is an honor to have you here, man. Yeah. I mean, it's a lot. I watch you grow and watch you do a lot of things.
It wasn't hard. You know, you threw up the barber signal. You said, come on down. You know what I'm saying? You south 95, I'm on the north side of 95.
And that's why my boy on the show.
Came through.
Yeah, that's why you go on the show, because I threw up that barber signal, man. And only certain barbers know that signal. Say, I'm gonna show up. And I appreciate that, man. That means a lot, man. I'm gonna get out of the way. But I appreciate that, man. So how's it been going, man? How you been doing, man?
I mean, everything's fine, man. I mean, I've been doing well.
Good.
Sort of like, started teaching.
I know.
Teaching in barber school at Morrell Dobbins High School.
Okay.
Is the only barber program in the city of Philadelphia in high school.
Really?
So, it definitely was an honor to, have an opportunity, to work inside the public school system.
So I keep up with you as much as I can. We were all running around with this thing called life. I saw it on the news. I saw the news that I seen you walking. It was a show with the news, or was it ABC?
It was ABC.
It was ABC.
It was Good
Morning
Morning America.
Good Morning America. And I seen it. That's what's up. I seen you on Good Morning America, and I seen you walking in, and I was like, is he at a school? Did you open up a school or all that? I was like, because I'm not surprised at anything you do.
No, it's a high school. Dobbins has been around for about 100 years.
Okay.
They always had cosmetology.
Right.
It was like its baby. You know what I mean?
Right.
Barber had been there about another 10, 12 years. A gentleman by the name of Desmond Curtin. He was the barber instructor there for about, he had the program running nice.
Okay.
And since he had retired last year, so he was kind of courting me, come on down. He was bringing me around the program.
Okay.
To, come there and do cut hair, cut the kids and
Yes.
stuff like that. Show demonstrations, and I had it in my brain. You know what I mean? Maybe, but I said, fuck these kids.
Yeah, you got that. Yeah. You ain't want to put up with the stuff that come along with it. And I know what you mean by that. It's just what comes along with that.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot that comes along with it when
Right.
you are a piece of an adolescence, a piece of a child's life. So it's a lot
Right.
that come, and you have to endure it. And I honestly say, the year is about to let out. This is
Yep.
the 9th month. We go on the 10th month, June.
So this is your first year.
It's my first year. So when we break for summer, we break for summer vacation.
Okay,
So
great. Okay.
I actually enjoyed it. You know what I mean? I enjoyed it. From September. It got rough like in the middle, but
Right.
I weathered the storm. You know what I mean?
Well, one thing you said, Derek, this is like one of the first schools or the only barber program that's inside of a high school,
It's
right?
the only barber program in a high school in Philadelphia.
Yeah, I want to touch on that real quick because you're saying because now here in even in Delaware, right, we don't have barber programs inside of schools at all. And at one time it was so, and we kind of talked briefly about that.
Well,
and we all got a perspective.
If you want to touch on it, we can touch on it.
I mean, just because
Let me just give me the cue. We can touch
so,
on it.
So we can definitely go into touch on it, but let me just open the door for it where I feel like it's disheartening not to have such an awesome trade that actually contribute to our community so much. You know what I mean? Look, they call me on the show. Look at that. Stop, Debbie. But yeah, it's just an awesome trade that that contributes to us, in our community. And for us to not have schools, you know what I mean? So now it's like they got to go outside of school. They got to pay a bunch of money. It's a bunch of money goes to school, too.
15, 20, 25, 30 grand just to get a barber license.
Yeah, and I'm not against them schools.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, right. But go ahead.
But listen, if you have the opportunity between 10th, 11th, and 12th grade to obtain 1,250 hours, that's what it is in Pennsylvania.
1,250.
1,250 in a high school setting, you winning.
Yes.
Then after you graduate high school, you don't got to go to no secondary school to get a license.
Because you get your license as soon as you come out.
Because you got your license that soon before or however how
How they started? They started 10th grade.
Hours. No, you start in 10th grade.
That's what I thought.
So ninth grade is when you pick your shop.
Right.
10th grade is when you go into it.
Okay, we got that. Yep.
So we have.
HalfCam get that.
I know.
Okay.
So it's actually a vocational school. Actually, the Dobbs is a vocational school. We have culinary.
Yeah.
We have culinary. We have cosmetology.
Right.
We have barbering, building property maintenance.
Okay.
Graphics, accounting.
So it's a trade school
biotech.
and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's
Good.
a trade school. Like it has about 11 programs in it, and to me, being around that, and
Right.
I'm a product of CTE training. That's career technical
We
education.
just losing. We losing everything. That's because the boy dropping bombs on us right now. But go ahead.
So CTE stands for Career Training Education.
Okay.
So I'm a product of that before I even knew what it was.
Me either. I never even heard of it. HalfCam.
I mean, just being, at 14, 15 years old, working working around your mentors,
Yes.
and working around a barbershop,
Yeah.
and learning how to cut hair, you getting that education
Yes.
already. Just
I totally love that. Now, back in I'm not that old. Back in the 70s, I did hear that they had. Well, I didn't know they had barber programs in trade schools. That was on the regular, like barber and cosmetology. They had wood shop and all that stuff.
Cosmetology they always had in high schools.
Well, that's what I don't understand.
In Philly,
I don't understand that part.
We had two schools. We had
Same way down here.
Bach, Bach, which was in South Philadelphia, and you had Dobbs, which is in North Philadelphia. It was like
Right.
brother and sister school. So they had the Cosmo.
So
for
same way down here. So that means it's not wasn't a Delaware thing. This was a system thing because they kept cosmetology.
Cosmetology is always going to win.
But barbering has blown up to. I mean, the hair industry is actually $1 billion business now, like a multi-billion dollar with so many facets to it now. Which I'm definitely proud of that.
I mean, my thing is, it hurts me when I see younger barbers not taking advantage of it.
Right.
I got a good young man that is in my barbershop, Angelo Lowe. He does clothing.
Shout out to Lowe, man. Shout out to Lowe. So,
He does clothing.
Yes.
Along with barbering.
Okay.
And I met him. He didn't know how to cut good at all.
Right.
But I said, come on. And I always tell him, keep your first haircut. Take a picture of your very first haircut that
Right.
you cut. Then 3 years later, take a picture of your haircut today.
Yes.
And combine them and look. And you can't tell me you didn't get good.
Wow. Just over that. Because
Just
you got a real barber there, a professional that can show him the ropes and all that stuff too. But I also like the fact that he's not limited to just that. You know what I mean? Because you say you got a clothing line.
Got a little clothing line.
Got a little clothing line.
Just
Wow.
started and he makes graphics and stuff like that. So,
Wow.
he used to get frustrated like he wasn't getting good. I said, bro, your camera. Take that very first picture that you took cutting your mom's house.
There you go.
To the one you cut yesterday in the barbershop.
Right.
And you put them together. You can't tell me you didn't get good.
Wow. And I'm glad you even touched on that for us where he started at. So I'm going to ask you, Fa, because I'm going to make sure that we want to talk about your history and what you have done. What made you pick up the clippers? What made you say, you know, I want to do this? Do you remember the first time you grabbed clippers? You get into the game.
What made me do it is that, you know, I drew as a child, like a lot of kids,
a lot of barbers draw.
We all draw.
Yep,
so,
yep.
you know, it was a young man on my block named Steve that was cut in his grandmother's basement. Miss Alice, you know, she was a hairdresser, bless her heart, bless her soul. And Steve was the block barber, the neighborhood barber. He was like really good at it, like really, really good. We talking 87, 88, 89.
Yo, it's always some old school brother that everybody just know that nobody can blend like him.
Know, right?
His line sharp, and you can see the parts in the hair across the street.
And Steve was putting designs. He was putting designs and people.
See, that's what I see. I already knew it how they go.
88, 89. So it's like, it's like he kind of inspired me to want to do it.
We had Toby. Then
I had my mentor. He was the man around the corner.
Yes,
you know,
yes.
In the 80s, the basketball star.
Yes.
It's my mentor, Jazz. You know,
right.
He was cutting everybody's head in the neighborhood, and it's like, yo, you know, I want a piece of that. How do I do it? How do I get into it? Yeah. So, you know, I started like many young men sweeping in the barbershop.
There you go.
You know what I mean? That was my niche, sweeping in the barbershop, cleaning the station.
Yep.
You know, running errands and stuff like that.
Yeah.
On the store. So, you know, I came familiar with all the neighborhood guys.
And then you started cutting everybody. You was the guy that cutting everybody in the neighborhood.
Like right after them,
because Philly's big, you know what I mean. So that's like,
so you know, cutting everybody in the neighborhood. But you know, I always seen myself growing out the neighborhood.
Yes,
you know what I mean.
Yes.
I wanted to get in the entertainment space and cut hair.
Yes,
that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah, you want to be out. You want to expand the business and all that stuff. And you know, I talked to a lot of barbers, and they all started like us, picked up a pair of clippers. I had a weird way of how I started cutting
Talk to me. How what happened?
I had a weird way.
Talk to me,
so a lot of barbers draw. You know what I mean? But we had it's gonna sound crazy. We had like a velvet love seat in the house. My mom, like a velvet.
You ain't cut
no,
that.
I didn't.
Was you Edward Scissorhands?
But if you
man?
take velvet and you go across this way to turn one color, and you go down the bottom and turn. You understand what I'm saying? And you just kind of see the different contrast of the color. So I'm like, I'm blending with that. I'm blending the color with my hand.
Oh yeah,
so,
that'll do. I can see
I'm blending. You know, I'm blending hair came with my hand with the velvet and stuff like that. And then it was a couple guys around the way, like you said. It was always that one guy that can cut and like really killing it. So shout out to Tobe. It was Tobe and Ernie with Tobe, man. You can see it's like it was in the line. Everybody doing the lines. It was before Hammer became Hammer. He was doing that, and you can see his lines from across the street.
It was real
and
good.
Even off the camera, I was telling Fa that my brother Sam was taking me to Philly on the South Street and stuff like that, and I was just trying to cut hair, and that was probably terrible, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But what inspired me was the cuts that I saw in Philly, like unbelievable. If y'all are not the Mecca, if y'all are not the originators or the pioneers,
Philadelphia,
like, am I lying?
Philadelphia is the Mecca.
Come on, man. I'm gonna call it like I see.
Everybody gets inspired from Philadelphia.
I remember.
I'll be in different places.
Yes.
And people
say
that you from Philly.
Yes.
And I say, how you know, and how do you know? You know, how do you know?
Right.
I say the way you walk and the way you talk.
Wow.
You know, of course, the way you dress. He said that to him. So people do pay attention to
They do, Philly, man.
They pay attention to, you know, our haircuts. They pay attention to
your talent.
To the
talent you're going to have. As far as the music. You know what I mean? I remember I was telling HalfCam I was in the music business, and I used to come up to Philly. We used to go to Philly up South Street, Cali Hill Street, Broad Street. I've been up there with Gamble and Huff and all of them before. Like, I sat down and talked with them like many times. But I remember my brother taking me to Philly, and I was seeing a young man get off the bus, and it was during the era where I guess they had jean jackets then with the graffiti, maybe
airbrush jackets.
Airbrush, that's what it was, airbrush jackets. And this dude, man, got off the bus and had like a Philly, what we call a Philly round now. You know what I mean? Haircut was just cut so tight. I was like, well, is I ever gonna get that good? Like, I used to feel that way. Can I get that good? And you know, I just patterned my stuff after Philly and took a little bit from here to there and all that stuff. But yeah, y'all got a rich tradition when it comes down to barbering, man. And the reason why I definitely want to have you on the show, because you actually are part of that tradition. You're one of the, I consider one of the pioneers. Real talk.
I mean, no, I appreciate that.
Man.
To be a pioneer, I would call myself a descendant, not a pioneer.
Or a descendant.
I'll take that descendant.
Well, I'm gonna say it all means foundation, right? We all have
the
foundation.
So you know, I picked it up from somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, now it's my time to pick the ball up and bounce the ball and run up the court and
Yes.
and slam dunk it. You know what I mean? I had my opportunity to do that, and I did it. I put my stamp on Philadelphia Barber. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Now, I always hired young men. I'm like, yo, I'm going to pass you the ball. Now you do what you got.
Good stuff. Good stuff, man. We appreciate that. Listen, man, if you just tuned in to Cuts, Convo, and Coffee, I got my man, the Barber, in the building, Mr. Faheem Alexander. Man, we got a great show before y'all. We got a couple segments we got to knock out real quick. And we're going to come back to you and go ask a couple more questions.
Oh,
but
definitely. I'm
but
ready, man.
we ready to rock out. HalfCam. If I can go ahead and keep rocking and roll, I'm ready to get into one of these segments.
Hey, let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Hots, man. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I'm a guest in your building.
There
so
you go.
I'm going to wear your glasses.
Oh, there you go. Listen, you just tuned in to Cutsconvo and Coffee. It's your first time watching The Hots. This is The Hots where we talk about international and national news, things that you guys think are hot, and things that you are talked about on all the social media that we probably getting tired of hearing it and all that stuff. But most important, I could not do The Hots without having on my favorite glasses. By Blender, blend in. Don't blend in, blend out. Shout out to Blender, man. I can never do The Hots without having these on. And as you see, 5 chose the black ones, which I think is dope.
The black ones.
There you go.
These blenders too?
Yes, they are.
Oh man, shout out to Blender.
Shout out to Blender. Don't blend in, don't blend in, blend out. So anyway, look, we got a couple hots going on right now, and we got a couple subjects, and I'm going to just touch on a couple of them. Maybe you heard about it, maybe you didn't. This first one, I don't even know how you could not hear about it. Did you watch Puff Diddy on Apology tour?
It's terrible. He just was kind of like embarrassed that he got caught into the things that he done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My grandpa, like I love my grandpa, man. Rest in peace, Mr. Buddy. Used to always tell me. He used to always tell me God don't like ugly.
Right.
So God don't like ugly. So
right.
Dude been getting away with stuff for years.
And you know what? Now since that came out, I'm starting to see other stuff coming out too.
Dude
Stuff like that.
been hurting people for
years.
And to me, seeing all that, he's a monster.
That's why you really can't idolize nobody, man.
Yep. Big Mom said it the best. He's a very shrewd individual.
Yes.
Vanetta Wallace. She said that on the interview. She's very shrewd.
Wow,
and it's crazy. Like I seen her one time in my life, Vanetta Wallace, right?
Really?
One time I seen
Biggie's mom.
Biggie's mom. Yes.
Okay.
And I had an airbrush Biggie shirt on, right?
Yep.
And I didn't want to be drawn and look at her face, but I had the shirt on, airbrush, that Biggie face,
right?
Button up shirt and all of that.
Okay.
So I looked out the corner of my eye, and guess what?
What?
She was smiling.
Okay.
I had her son's
shirt on,
face on my shirt.
Come on now.
Wow. His prayer hands and the New York hat, and I just looked, and she was smiling. I said, "Damn, that's crazy."
That's crazy. Even
that touched me, and that and I took that.
Right.
I'll never forget that.
And she had to lose her son under this man. Not saying I don't know what he had to do, but whatever. But he's under his umbrella.
Under his umbrella.
On his watch.
I mean,
it's happened on his watch. It happened on his watch.
Biggie passed or got murdered. On Puffy's watch.
Yes, on Puffy's
That's your
watch.
biggest artist.
Yes.
That's your bread and butter.
Yes.
That's your guy.
Yes.
You should have protected him.
You got to treat him like the president.
You should have protected him.
You should have protected him.
Yes.
So, and I've been watching, and I have to totally agree with you. I see ever since the apology came up. Number one, like every week we've been talking about Puffy. I'm like, oh my God, he's on. And we can't help it because it's just one thing after another. You know what I mean? And I agree with you. I think sometimes you can, what they say, be a day late and a dollar short.
Day late and a dollar short.
And the thing is with him is that he may seem like it was the right move to apologize, but it was all the wrong move.
It wasn't the right move.
It wasn't the right move.
Whoever his PR person,
who told him that,
give him his advice, he should have just shut up.
And I'm sure the PR person was here. They probably be like, well, we didn't know about the video. Well, he should have told y'all about the video. He knew about the video.
I mean, he didn't want nobody to know about the video. That's why he bought it.
So that's
why he bought it.
He bought the video. So did they? I guess they say offer somebody $50,000 or something for the video.
I know that's what they say, but still,
even if he did,
but still, I mean, a man of his stature and his caliber, man, he should be in prison somewhere.
Yeah, it's a sad.
If they can lock R. Kelly up, lock him up.
Man, listen, man. Yo, I would literally put him on Outtapocket. Probably can't right now because it's one of those conversations that everybody's talking about and all this stuff, and he can easily make Outtapocket. Allegedly, you know what I mean. But you know what? Somebody just wrote something under there. Shaka Khan's daughter. I don't know if y'all been playing too. I don't really do the comment thing, but I just had to look and see one of the comments.
No, you gotta read that stuff. It's information.
Yeah, it was Shaka Khan's daughter or something like that. Or was it daughter or something like that? It was somebody.
It was a relative.
So it was a relative, and she was like, "Yeah, I'm sitting here basically watching your demise, and I'm enjoying it because one time you cussed my mom out, and then the security came and jumped on my 19-year-old brother."
Well, that's why I said.
She
that's
said,
why
"Oh,
I said,
I'm cool."
That's why I said.
She said, "I'm cool with this." She said, "Go ahead, just waddle in your little, whatever."
That's why I'm saying God don't like ugly.
God don't like ugly.
Put it like this, right?
Yeah.
You can't live in a glass house
No.
and tease people or treat people wrong. You can't.
Because
your windows are going to get shattered too. And right now, he deserves everything that's happening for him.
I agree.
I mean, he has some beautiful daughters, and his daughters have to see this.
Oh my gosh!
So
your daddy,
it might make them scared to deal with a man.
Yes.
Because their father is a monster, and he shows it.
And kids watch by example. They watch the example.
Oh, definitely.
They hard headed. No, they're not hard headed. They just watch by what you do.
You had his sons, defending him.
Yeah.
Then when that come out, it's like,
yeah.
Wow, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he hurt everybody, you know what I mean?
And it's a lesson in it too.
It's his time. It's his time.
Yes.
Can we curse?
Yeah.
Time to get his ass whipped.
Yeah, that's good. I thought I need some. You can say something a little tougher.
It's time to get his ass whipped. How the Rock say it? It's candy ass.
That's right. That's
candy ass.
That's right. Hey, okay,
quick question, guys.
Sure. Go ahead.
I agree with everything you guys are saying.
Uh-huh.
But do you also think that he was a part of a bigger plan?
Oh, absolutely. Puffy is a part, because you hear like the other multi-millionaires that he was involved in. I believe, to me, it's an umbrella, of who's the leader and who does what. You know what I mean?
I think so too.
In that industry, in that business, is just like that.
I think it's always bigger than what we see because of the money involved. You know what I mean?
And also
the status involved.
I believe it's probably bigger than him.
Yes,
it's bigger than him. It's just that he has a faith.
So, but I will say this though, and I could be wrong, but I'm gonna say it's bigger than him. And if it is bigger than him, he seems like the type of guy that's going to try to bring some people down with him. He don't seem like someone that's solid.
He's Nino Brown.
He's gonna be Nino.
Remember he
had say it.
He's Nino Brown.
Oh, this is bigger than me. He told my man.
And he knows Kareem Akbar for real.
Yeah, I can see him being that
educated brother from the bank. But, and he's going to live it up in court.
Yes.
He's going to get his time to testify.
Yeah.
And he's going to tell everybody.
He's going
to wear that same haircut that Wesley Snipes wore. He's going to have the same blue suit on.
And he going
when he get his day in court.
Yeah, we're on the same page. I can see that.
He's going to tell on everybody.
I can see that. And just even on a serious note, young people, man, let me be honest. I always tell my kids, don't be trying to big up anybody and they an icon and they just the celebrity, because you don't know what their life is behind these closed doors. You don't know. Y'all be like bigging them up and ready to die for them. You know what I mean? And arguing over them. Man, you don't know this dude a whole asshole.
Listen, man.
You don't even know this dude's a whole.
They're going to give him the time to cross-examine Cassie in court.
Yeah.
He going to say, Miss Cassie, like he was cursing the lady out, the prosecutor.
Yeah.
He going to do the same as
he's coming. Anyway, Diddy, listen, man, we don't know what to say, but we do know that your conversation, your apology was a day late and $1 short, and you could have kept that, especially when you already knew. You tried to downplay, trying to make it seem like they were out to get money and all this. It was lame. Anyway, moving on from the next hots. I don't know if y'all watch Joe Rogan. I watch Joe Rogan. I'm a podcaster, so I'm into the podcast life. I got to see everybody that's doing, and he's one of the biggest. Coming with the boy Shannon Sharp now too. But Joe Rogan, you ever catch Joe Rogan?
I never watched Joe Rogan, but I'm familiar with him.
You might have seen this then. You might have seen it and didn't really know it was Joe Rogan. But Terrence Howard, the actor, was on Empire.
The actor, yeah.
Did you know he was a genius?
Very smart man.
Like a bona fide, like a genius. He was on Joe Rogan spitting some stuff about science, about physics, about math, that I'm going to be honest, man, you really got to watch it probably more than once just to, just to kind of get it all together, because this guy's spitting some things on there, man. Did you catch it?
No, I didn't catch it, but, I'm familiar with Terrence Howard.
I
met him before, and he's a very smart brother, though.
I didn't know he was that smart. He has 97 patents. That people have been stealing and using because
But he has been getting paid, though, right?
No.
Oh, wow.
Guess how much the patents made? $7 trillion.
Hold up.
Wow.
And he get paid.
Did you just say he was smart?
Well, he's a genius on the math, all the other stuff I mean. Now, as far as that, I think he abandoned it.
He's intelligent.
Very intelligent. But you know what can happen? You could have did the patent and left it there, and then got into acting and said, "Man, I'm taking off in acting. I don't need that," not knowing what it was going to be. And then you abandon it because you got to keep it up. You got to register. You got to keep it up.
That's when you have a team of people. That people actually specialize in that.
If you care, right?
I mean, look at Jay-Z. You know, he has Warner Chappelle. They handle all of his publishing. So you pay people to make sure that your money is tight.
Yes. I mean? So it is kind of hard for him to be kind of crying if you feel like, I mean, he's not crying. Let me say that, but it feels different for him to say, "Yeah, I made this money. I didn't get a dime." Well, you're the reason why you didn't get a dime.
No, you got to put people. You got to put smart people.
Yeah,
you got to put people around you. I mean, that's one thing that I do.
Yes.
I definitely have people that help me.
Yes,
definitely.
Yes, and I tell HalfCam all the time, nobody really can do it by themselves, and who would want to do it by themselves? You're gonna need people.
You got to share. You got to share. You got to share with people. You know what I mean? Because people have family. People got kids. You know what I mean? Like you got to share. That's one thing I do. I don't mind sharing.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's right. So, moving on, but Terrence Howard, man, if you get a chance, just check on that. Check on Joe Rogan, man. It's just really inspiring to hear the stuff that he's saying. That's really going to, I mean, it might revolutionize this whole system. It's crazy stuff he's saying.
I'm gonna have to look for that episode.
Oh my God!
I might just, that's on the ride home.
And I'm one of those people. Yeah, I'm one of the people that watch stuff and say, "Man, they've been lying to us all the time, man. Oh my God!" You know how you feel like I'm one of them, like, "Oh man, they've been lying to us all the time." And then because you know it, you just don't do the research to find they were lying.
He's actually a better physicist
like, what in the world?
than he is an actor.
Physicist? Yeah.
He's a physicist. Oh, he's unbelievable. I mean, but like Fahin said, well, you gotta have people around you. You know what I mean? You gotta have people around you, right? Anyway, I saw something else in the news, and we'll get off Terrence real quick. I saw something in the news. I don't know if you guys seen this, but if you have African American descent, all the African American men, I don't know if you know this, but Japan is paying African American men $75,000 to come over there and mate with their women because they are in fear that their population is descending. Did you hear that?
You know what they want?
Japan is paying African American men to come over there to mate with their women because they feel that their population is on a decline, and they are paying $75,000. Do y'all have y'all's plane ticket?
They want a Yao Ming and a Shaq.
That's what they want.
A Yao Ming, the NBA thing. Yao Ming and a Shaq is an NBA thing. I'm gonna tell you what
they said. We got everything else. But we got to get that basketball.
They see the money.
What is it?
It's the money.
They paying $75,000
because they know that their child is going to eat the education up.
It's crazy, right?
Eat the education up. Then they can have dual citizenship.
What they saying is because they HalfCam. They saying because their population declining, we need help, and we afraid of being extinct. That's what they're saying.
By black people.
That's crazy.
They said because we know how to make them babies.
I mean,
they didn't say that. So many words. They said we know how to make them babies. That's what they said. They said we know how to make a lot of them.
Amongst other things, probably.
I really can't argue with that. I mean, we have been known to throw it.
So get your plane ticket.
Oh, I like the way you put that, Fahin. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that is Dahots, man. Oh my gosh. All right, man. Ladies and gentlemen, you just tuned in to Cutsconvocoffee, man. We appreciate y'all watching. Make sure you go ahead and push that subscribe button. Let everybody know you're watching this show, man. I got my man here, Fahin, my brother, one of the foundation. What you got? Descendant.
Just call me a descendant.
The descendant, man. Mm-hmm. So I want to jump back into a couple questions and stuff like that, man. I'm so glad you came on the show, man. I'm so glad. What is your opinion of today's state in the urban hair industry? What is the state of it? Are we evolving? Are we descending? As
far as like African Americans, like
yes,
we are evolving. Is that if that's the word I'm looking for? But other nationalities, they're coming in and killing it. You know, they're taking.
Say that again.
They're taking advantage.
Say that again. You said other
nationalities, other ethnic groups,
if
other
you don't pay
people
attention,
of color, they are
coming in,
getting involved with barbering.
Yes,
and kind of like taking it from us. And sometimes I get mad or upset with my young men in school.
Right.
You know, at Dobbins, like, yo, why aren't y'all taking advantage of barbering?
Yes.
Barbering, and listen, it's the black man's economic system.
And country club, too.
And country club.
Cutsconvocoffee. But yeah. I'll be watching that too. I'll be feeling the same way, like, because we love the craft. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I love it.
Like, and I tell people all the time, even me as a retired barber, and I've only been a year, y'all. I've only been a year. You know what I mean? I left the clippers there, but I brought the conversation outside the barbershop because it was so potent. You know what I mean? It was so great and so wholesome, and it was so educating. Like, I mean, I ran into people who have been going through since they wouldn't even forget the haircut. They just want to talk to me. I just want to sit down and holler. I just want to talk to you.
See what's going on.
You know what I mean? I want to be educated.
People love the barber. You know what I mean? The barber is like hands off because the barber had all the information.
Yeah, and I feel like that. And I think we have this. We have this where we feel a sense of responsibility. We have a sense of responsibility.
It's called social responsibility.
Social responsibility. We have that. You know what I mean?
Yes, we
and
do.
I don't see a lot of that in these younger guys coming up. Like, be honest with us, it was all about the client. It's all about the client and what they want. And I'm actually, and I hate to use the word in the sense of serving, I'm actually here to serve you. You know what I mean? But
Definitely.
now it's a switch. Do you feel like it's a switch coming on where barbers nowadays look at it as if it's a privilege for you to come to me?
Some barbers, some barbers
yeah,
are like that. And they shouldn't have that. They shouldn't have that mentality. You should be coming to me. Nah, like, I got to tell, barbers is getting in the game, getting into barbering.
Okay.
Listen, go fishing. Get your business cards and walk the neighborhood.
Yes.
Everywhere. And start a conversation with people.
I mean,
that's how you get them in your chair. You know what I mean?
I agree.
If you want to open the door to success, conversation is everything. And just that one business card.
Yes.
That one business card, opened the door for me for the last 22 years, that one business card,
Yeah.
I was working in the entertainment industry for 22 years.
Yeah.
Just off of one business card.
But see how you had that process and see how you you said no, you got to put the work in. What
No,
you're saying
you
is
definitely gotta put the
you
work
got to put the work in, and I like that because a lot of young people, and not shunning young people, because a lot of y'all just doing some great stuff out there too. I have some in my barbershop now that I'm proud of. That's young. That's learning the ways of the process or the learning of
that's nice.
they're learning the process, and they learning that it's going to take some work, and it's what you put in. You just what you're going to get out of it. You know what I mean?
Listen, that's one thing I do live by. Whatever you put into life is what you're going to get out of it.
I totally, and it's no different with the barbering. It's just no different.
And same thing with barbering. Whatever you put into your business is what you're going to get out of it. You put 0% into your barber, you're going to get it.
Yeah.
Nothing. You're going to get nothing.
I totally agree.
Put 10, 15, 20, 50, whatever the percent that you put into your barbering, that's what you're going to get out of it.
Yeah,
So I used to
Yep.
I used to get upset at barbers. They get mad at me because I'm, making money. I got a car, I got a house, and they be upset. And it's like, yo, what are you doing that you can't do what I'm doing?
Right.
Take some of that fat out and replace it with some muscle.
I totally agree.
Brain muscle. You know what I mean? Brain power. So, if you want to, get paid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you want to have what I have, that's what you got to do. You know what I mean?
So even in that, and of course, and it's not like we just going on a negative and all that. We won't do that. But I want to touch on the fact that what would you like to see more of?
What would I like?
What would you like to see more in our game?
All right. What would I like to see more in our game? Barbers, owning their own property.
Yes.
Like far as brick and mortar, I would like to see that. Bring that back. Because back in the day, 80s, it was a barbershop on every corner. And the barber business was thriving, especially where I'm from in South Philly. The barber business was thriving. It was, barbershops on every corner. And everybody was making money. And wasn't nobody mad at nobody, nothing like that. Wasn't no barbershops getting shot up and all of that. None of that stuff. So, you know what I mean? Everybody was making money. Like I said, barbershops are the black man's economic system. Everything is in the barbershop. Everybody comes to the barbershop. Everybody that specializes in something comes to the barbershop. Everything always came through the barbershop. Listen, I bought my first 27-inch television from the barbershop. I'm like a 27-inch. I go from a 19-inch black and white television to a 27-inch television that I bought in the barbershop.
Not only can you go get a lineup, you can get a lineup and you can get a refrigerator with a VCR.
Yeah, you can get whatever you want. I mean,
what are you doing? You gonna go right
especially like in the 90s.
The boosters? You talking about with the boosters?
Yeah.
You know what we're talking about.
I mean, that's an economic system too in itself too. The boosters, you had everything. I mean, you listen, if you want a popcorn ceiling back in the day on your ceiling, you can get it.
You can get it.
Because Omar up the street did popcorn ceiling.
You got no problem with
we had a cable Jeff.
Oh no, we had cable Dave. Dave gave everybody in South Philly cable television.
Really?
Yes.
God. See, we have people coming in selling pies and cakes and all that stuff. Coats, goose downs.
Oh,
Y'all remember the goose downs? God, I'm telling my age.
This is when Coogee sweaters first came out. My mentor had every Coogee sweater there was.
Wow.
There was, you know what I mean? They came to board him, you know what I mean? Because he was big fella, so, he was 3X, 4X, so, you know what I mean?
Wow.
They knew where to come to Jazz, and Jazz would buy them all.
Well, I mean, this, to piggyback off the question, what I like to see is, like, I'm of course with the ownership, right?
Correct.
But I also like to see them up. I think they need to upgrade, or at least upgrade the professionalism.
Yes, I think barbers, you should have some type of form of professionalism class, or some business or something, a course or something to take, like far as like professionalism. You know what I mean?
Oh, some type of etiquette then.
Yeah, some etiquette.
Yes.
Etiquette.
Yeah,
Yes,
I agree.
yes,
I
yes,
agree.
yes, yes.
Because I had never seen a time, even when I was younger, until now recently, where people can walk into a barbershop and nobody speaks. I don't like that. I don't like that. That's number one. Or a mother coming with a child and they knew and they looking around and no one just jumped to say, hey man, can we help you, or anything like that. I even had situations, and I put my own barbershop out there. I had situations where I was in the back cutting hair, right?
Right.
And I do not know how a person walked in, an 80-year-old man, how he made it back to me. I don't understand how he made it back to me.
You said 80.
80 years, no, but
he's not dumb.
No, the daughter walked him in the barbershop to get a haircut.
I thought you said he came in by himself.
So the daughter walks him in. So of course there's a lot of chairs before he has to pass. You know what I mean? And then he makes it back to me. You know what I mean?
He feels your energy. He knows your energy. And,
it was different.
That's wisdom. I mean, God is steering him that direction.
No, but I see him talking to everybody. So everybody was saying, I'm booked. I'm built. Even when I'm booked, and listen, we're booked. Months at a time. You're not getting put. Let me just no apology. You're not getting in my book. I'm 3 or 4 months, 6 months at a time. Easy.
Let me borrow some money, man. You still got some of that money laying around.
And people know I can easily book up for the year. But guess what? If a guy come in the shop at 80 years old with his daughter, I'm not going to say, hey man, I'm booked. I'm going to say, is there anything we work out? Even if I got to come in on a Sunday, I've done stuff like that. But now I'm booked and that's it. And then he got to go to next year. Now I'm booked. That's it. You got to have an appointment. No, he's 80 years old.
You got to take care of that guy.
And this is just me personally, not saying everybody got to do this, but once he get in my chair and I cut him, guess what I tell him? You don't pay for enough haircuts, bro.
Let me ask you this.
When you get my chair, ask anybody in my barbershop. If an old person come and get in my chair and they're going to have to be 80, be 70, 75, and he walking in there with his cane and he turn around trying to cut his hair, you paid for enough haircuts in your lifetime. This was on me.
It's on me.
That's me.
Ooh, I like
this
that
one's
one.
on me. You 80 years old. You done paid enough for haircuts, my brother. And they look at me like I'm crazy. And I seen a daughter coming there with her dad, one time. And I said, sis, he paid for enough haircuts. She still tried to tip me and stuff like that. And I appreciate you at the time. But he paid for enough. And I need that type of professionalism. I need that type of community love for our older people. And even these younger moms or moms who don't have a father, for their child. Because a lot of women are bringing their kids to the barbershop. How the hell that happens? You know what I mean?
I don't really like that.
I'm sorry, y'all got me all in cuss.
I don't really like that, man. There's not enough men that bring their sons to the barbershop.
You've seen the switch. So me and you've been in the game long enough. We've seen the switch, right? Yeah. So it's like, my gosh.
Bring your son to the barbershop. It should be a national holiday for barbers, men and their children. Bring your children to the barbershop. It's a national holiday.
Yes.
I'm going to speak that to existence.
Yes.
It's a national holiday for men and males to bring their boys to the barbershop.
Let me ask. Now, I just said a lot of great stuff. I'll probably even go left on this just a little bit. And this is, I didn't know I was going to ask this. How do you feel about the back to school free haircuts and stuff? Now I used to do it.
I don't see no problem in it.
Right,
but
right.
some barbers do. It's kind of like dipping in their pockets.
And I'm straight in the middle.
As a barber though, you got to give back though. Like you said, the mom then paid for enough haircuts.
Right.
So at least one is not going to hurt you.
Okay, so we're now, and I understand that, and I think that's one side of it. So that's why I'm in the middle of it. I'm glad we talk about this. Is a great. How do you feel? Y'all talk about it in the comments too. How do you feel about free back to school haircuts? Let me tell you why I feel I'm on both sides of the fence. Number one, for what you just said. Number one, that's what you said, that far as they can at least look out for one haircut.
Just one haircut,
and I get that. You know what I mean? I think my thing is the timing of it. And the reason why I'm saying that, because every business, now there's a business aspect, every business have their Black Friday, that no matter what the business go on all year, we're gonna look forward to Black Friday for that big shopping day. Wherever your business do all year, we're gonna look forward to Easter to get wherever business do all year, we're gonna look forward to Valentine's Day. And everybody looking for that one time that their business is supposed to capitalize on. If Barber had another date that we can capitalize off of, I don't know what that is, but back to school is the day that barbers we know we're gonna get an influx. We don't have no day, and that's what we do in our black community. Hurts us.
Well, I think that a sponsor should pick that up.
I like that. Who say that? So a sponsor should pick that up. Our company
to pick that tab up.
Because
I'm gonna be honest with you. The products that we use, they should pick the tab up on back to school haircut.
Come on now. Yes. That is a good point. See,
and then
so you understand what I'm saying?
You won't miss no money.
Everybody has their day, and no matter how my year went, I can look forward to this day. You can't take away Walgreens Valentine's Day. You can't take away Walmart's Black Friday. Nobody's taking away Black Friday because they know whatever you did all year, we know we're gonna be all right. Black Friday, we can at least get back. You know what I mean? So barbering back to school is their Black Friday. No matter what you did all summer, you can actually get back and say, but you can't be doing everybody free. This is your day. But you made a good point. Number one, that you can get away one free haircut, just not that time. I just think that we got to do it another time.
But like I said, a sponsor.
So a sponsorship.
Sponsorship should
let them pay for that. A church.
A church. Pay for that.
Churches get back.
A masjid should come in and pay for that.
Yep.
Local, businesses. A news station. You know what I mean? Or a professional basketball team, football team, baseball team. Pick the tab up on a haircut because they want their logo seen. So that's a good way for their logo to be seen.
I totally agree. I think that's a good one. I think that's a very good one for the sponsorship. And then on the flip side, barbers, if they're going to pay for the sponsorship, can y'all at least be available? You know what I mean? Or a day or two to cut, because people call me all the time now that I'm at the game. Hey, there, and then some people had the money and say, hey, we paid for a bunch of these kids to get their hair cut, and we just need someone to come down here and cut their hair. So, you know what I mean? With that being said, man, I just wanted to know your take. I want to ask you one more question before we go to our other segment. A lot of barbers and a lot of beauticians are going to suites. Do you prefer barbers or do you think suites? Barbers or suites? Do you feel that it could be helping the game or helping us evolve or could be hurting the game?
I mean, I think suites kind of would hurt the barber because he or she is limited themselves to the outside world. Or, if you're a person that do, appointments or specialized services and you want privacy, you get a suite. But if you hustling and bustling, if you're about the community, you don't need no suite. Yeah. I think with our culture and like you said, the Black Men's Country Club and all the social community stuff, I think we lose that. You know what I mean? And I'm not against. You would lose that luster.
We lose that, man. That's what I think. And to each his own, we get it.
A suite. I mean, I don't knock nobody that got suites and stuff like that. But if I had, which I'm trying to develop, space for suites. Like if you want to rent a suite,
yes,
I'm not oblivious to it, towards it.
Yeah. We're not against it.
No, you can rent my.
I was just curious because I see a lot of people.
That's how you make money. You know what I mean? You can rent a suite.
And I see a lot of people that's actually getting, suites and stuff like that. And it became real popular down in Atlanta at one time. Everybody getting suite, but then now just recently, a lot of them starting to close down. A lot of suites are closing down
because of the licensing, the sanitation, stuff like that.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
And it actually, it's more responsibility.
And the responsibility, and also. The towns or the cities is not getting that tax money.
Wow. So yeah.
Yeah, so they probably cutting down on that too.
Yeah, that's funny because even where the state that I'm in, it's always a battle where the Cosmetology board. And I used to be president of the board. You know what I mean?
I know that.
Yeah, I was the president of the board for 7 years. 7 years. So I was helping making the rules
in Delaware.
Yeah, and you know who's coming on the show? Tyreek's coming on the show. We're gonna talk about that because he remember all this stuff. Me and him worked on a couple bills together. To be honest. Yes. And so do y'all got apprenticeships in Philly?
We do have apprenticeships.
What's the rule? What's the rule there?
What you mean?
What's the is it a certain can you have one person under license? What's the qualifications?
So for years, what I was always told, your manager's license you can have one apprentice.
One apprentice, okay.
With your teacher's license you can have two.
Okay.
So I think that's kind of false, maybe. Now that I work inside of a school,
I do know y'all had a manager license.
I got teacher's license. I do have teacher's license. So,
okay.
I mean, I got about 12 kids that I give hours to. 12, 13 kids I give hours to.
Oh, okay.
Quarterly. You know what I mean? So that might be a little false.
Okay. Now we don't have the shop manager, nothing like that. I mean, we got professional barber. I think got master barber. But anybody can do apprenticeship.
Our master, anybody can do apprenticeship.
But if you got a license, you can have anybody on your license.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Here in Delaware.
Pennsylvania. Oh,
yeah,
Delaware.
In Delaware. Yeah.
Our master barber is our barber teacher's license. We don't have a master barber program in Pennsylvania.
Oh.
At all.
So you just got the barber and then
So we got barber, barber manager, barber teacher. So we have 3 licenses for barbers.
Oh, wow.
Pennsylvania.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, you're just tuned in to Cutsconvocoffee. It's the boy Topshelf D.reed along with my man Fahin, the barber, spitting them gems, man, educating you on the business, how to expand your business, and just his journey, man, of coming from where he started at cutting hair and all the way up to where he at now and owning his own barbershop, own his business, and now teaching at a school. And yo, man, we got more of the show to before y'all, but before we do that, we got to get into another segment, HalfCam, half Amazin.
Yes, sir.
It's time for Outtapocket.
Out of pocket.
So let me see if I can sum this up real quick. So Outtapocket is when we grab a subject. We don't really try to just put a little light on you to embarrass you or nothing like that. It's just that we saw or heard something on social media that you went a little bit left. Usually we don't deal with a lot of celebrities. We have, you know what I mean? But it's something that y'all may have seen. But this is someone that's kind of known. So I guess the rapper Glorilla.
That's
So
the female rapper from Memphis or something, right?
I like
yeah.
her.
You like her?
She dope.
She dope? Okay.
dope.
What's her song? What name of her song?
I don't know the album.
Obviously, what's her name? Glorilla?
Glorilla, yeah.
Goodness gracious. Woo! Glorilla. What she look like? Oh, that's what she look like? Oh, okay. Well, good name.
I never seen.
It's a good name.
I think I've probably seen her one time. She a little rough around the edges.
Her name Glorilla. You just take that. Listen, take the L out. Anyway, so I guess she decided that she wanted to be help some young girl, some lady, to pay her tuition. You know what I mean? So that never happened. So I think she made a promise that if Brody checked her ass, getting cash. You know what I mean? Whatever it is, you cannot promise nobody that you're gonna do something so serious and pay a tuition and then you not show up. Like HalfCam, what do you feel about that?
I don't think it's a good look, bro.
I don't think it's a good look. So she promised the young lady that she was gonna pay her tuition, and they never got the money. So you already know the family's coming on TV and say, "Well, we was waiting on it. And we never, you know what I mean? We went to go see Planet of the Apes. I don't know. And we did go see the movie.
I guess they go back to what Fa said.
Wait.
You gotta have smart people around you.
You gotta have smart people around you. Glorilla. I'm gonna listen to a couple of your songs because I hear her name a lot. To be honest, I have heard the name, so I act like I didn't hear it. But I heard her name a lot. So she must got something hot. You know what I mean? Is that Hoy? Is she the girl to say, don't play with it with a real deep voice? Don't play with it, don't play with it. That's not her, is it?
Well, you got your phone. You got
HalfCam.
You can pull it up on your phone.
I got time. It's our shit.
You got your apps.
Let's do it.
Tidal or Apple Music if you want to find out what's one of her songs.
Let's look and see what she gonna like. Oh, he know who I am. Let me see. Glorilla. Let me see. Okay, that's her song. What's her song? Which one you like? Here, can you say you like her? Says she fly. Which one? That one?
Yeah.
That's her? That's her.
That's her.
Oh, she's scary though. Glorilla, you're out of pocket. You out of pocket for the tuition, but you also out of pocket.
Wait a minute, so she said she was going to pay somebody tuition?
Yes, yeah.
I ain't hear
That's the
about
notes I got. The notes said that. In my notes it said there she made out of pocket because she didn't pay that tuition said she was.
But
so
that's a tax write-off, though.
yeah, do it. You know what I mean?
Do it. Pay for somebody. You got to pay it back. I think anybody that's in success or,
Yeah.
in position,
Yeah.
pay for something for somebody that, they can,
Yeah,
prosper.
I mean, if you're gonna make a promise like that, that's something serious, right?
They-
You know what I
they
mean?
could prosper
And
off
in
it.
their mind, they're thinking that she got the money, so she's gonna bring it. She didn't bring it.
They ain't nothing but a tax write-off, man.
Anyway, back to the show. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, you just tuned in. We got a couple more minutes left. We got one more segment that we're going to touch. But we got a couple more minutes left with my man Fahin, the barber. I want to ask him a couple more questions, man, if you don't mind.
Come on, ask him.
I got one. Real quick. Price gouging. How do you feel about the ongoing rising prices of the barbershop? Last time I checked, it was $1,000 for a fade. Now, it wasn't that much. How you feel about that?
I mean, how I feel about this.
Talk that. That's a good question.
If you're charging $150, $200, $250 for a haircut,
Who charging that?
there's people out there.
Oh.
You better own your building.
Oh.
You better not be living in an apartment, paying the lease. You should own your property. Own your property. Your own home, own your own, business or building, charging that type money.
Oh, come on! I gotta peg it. I gotta talk. We gotta talk about this file.
Don't be charging no $250 for a haircut and you freaking
Right.
renting the
Come
suite.
on, Fahin.
Hell with that.
Okay.
Suite. You should own the building at $250 a haircut. Like,
Oh my God.
that's insane. You know what I mean? Because that's insane.
quick shout out to real quick before I forget. I did something different this week. I actually went to a barbershop and got a haircut. Now I want to shop, you know what I mean? But someone actually called me that I really dig, man. So shout out to Lena. Lena, thank you for calling me. She said, hey, Derek, I know you're doing a podcast. I know you're doing so many things. I know you're busy. Why don't you just come on to my shop? I said, where you shop at? She gave me the address. Said, come on through. I just want to bless you. So guess what? You blessed me, and I want to thank you for that. And
That's
I appreciate
nice.
that, Lena. Thank you so much. Lena, thank you for that. And I always wanted a female to cut my hair. My daughter cuts hair. She's a beast too. You know what I mean? Oh, she's a beast. She's a beast. She retired too when I retired. Wait, tear. Anyway, she's gonna be like, what, Dad? But anyway, so how I feel about price gouging and raising the prices. Now this is what I learned. I learned there are good barbers and there are also elite barbers. The problem is there are a lot of good barbers charging elite prices, and I got a problem with that. Now, am I right? There's elite barbers. Would you agree?
Yeah, it's a lot. It's elite.
You went on too. Five's elite barber. So I just want you to know.
I'm hard, but I honestly,
go to Five page. Look at his customer. You know, he is a beard specialist.
But I still don't do that though.
Huh?
I still don't do that.
You still don't hit them in the head.
Nah, price gouging. I don't do that, man.
But you know and to each his own. I get it, but I just think that a lot of people that's just good. You're just good. You ain't in no top 10 conversation from any city in your state, but you charging this type of money.
And facts.
Like for real, because you know on Facebook we see it. Don't you see it all the time? Where they say the top 5 bar.
They used to do the top 50 barbers.
In Philly.
What was it? Barbershop Connect. He's like the
Barbershop Connect.
Just around the world.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I make top 50.
Of course you what?
I make top 50.
You have
all the time.
So I mean that's a bigger state too.
Yeah, this is around the world.
I
make top 50.
That's right, good stuff
all the time. Every time they put
good
a list
stuff.
out, every time they put a list out, I make top 50.
That's what I'm talking about
in the world.
And you should.
Definitely.
And I see, and I'm gonna be honest, I see my little Facebook people and they talking about, and somebody else come from out of town say, hey, I'm just in Delaware to get a haircut. Who's the top barbers? I mean, I see people on there that never make the list and charging crazy money. Like you cannot charge crazy money. You don't even make the top. This is Louis Delaware.
No, you gotta make a list. If you charging that type of money, you gotta make somebody's list for top barbering. You know what I mean? If you're making that type of money, So real quick, before we got a couple minutes left, HalfCam, we're rolling. The time get away from us. Listen, you're tuning in Cutsconvocoffee. Make sure you put the subscribe button. Let everybody know you're watching the show, man. I'm here with my man Fahin, man, and we are busting about barber business, about life and everything. Fahin is one of the best dressers I've seen. I went on your page, bro. You do a lot of fashion stuff, man. Where did that come from? Like, I see you matching the color. I see you strange. The fashion stuff come from my mother, you know.
Hold on, where you people at? Don't the boy be dressing? That boy, he be dressing. Anyway, go ahead.
And then, just being from Philly, Philadelphia, period, man.
Good stuff.
We just, swag and know how to dress, and you know what I mean. And I just like dressing. Like,
good stuff. I could tell.
As soon as I start making a little bit more money, shout out to the school board.
There you go. Hey,
man, I'm shopping at Neiman's now.
And I hope they learn something down here to see that we can have barber schools inside the high school and stuff like that. I mean, it's more than just cutting hair.
That should be in a lot of barbershops. A lot of schools, high school. There should be a barbershop in school. So I did talk with one of my partners, DTLR.
I think I'm gonna get involved in that.
DTLR, Downtown Locker Room. We've been talking about putting tiny barbershops in small schools.
I heard that.
In schools.
Good stuff.
So we've been talking about that. So
good stuff.
That's to start a young men or young ladies out early.
Good stuff.
Put like a master barber or something, like a elementary school or something, like a small barbershop.
Yes.
Have them come and
why not
inspire the kids.
Good stuff, man. Now, are you speaking at other schools and stuff like that?
I actually do. I actually
do.
Dobbins allowed us to do career days at other schools. So
good stuff.
I've been doing career days. Two schools last 2 weeks, Blaine Elementary and another school. I forgot the name, but we went out and did career days.
Good stuff, man. We need that, man. Barbers are more than barbers. Supposed to be more than barbers. It's that social. What you say? That social responsibility. I love that social responsibility, and that's one thing. One of my takeaways, and one of the things that I wish our upcoming barbers would understand the importance of barbering. That it's not just about being behind a chair cutting a hell of a fade. It's about impacting someone's life that's coming after you.
That's where I'm at now with barbering. Affecting people's lives.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I enjoy it. Like I enjoy getting up every morning and going to Dobbins, to go to work.
Yes.
Maybe I can help a young man out, young lady out. Give them some games, some direction. But you gotta listen. Like I'm where you want to be.
Let me borrow a couple $, I think
you got it.
That's my guy. Listen, man, just do the Cutsconvo and Coffee. Listen, we got one more segment I got to knock out real quick. HalfCam. I would be remiss if I don't mention this. So people be sending us letters and emails and stuff all the time and asking me questions about the show, how to start a podcast, how to do this, but no questions off limits. So I grabbed this out of the pile and HalfCam. It's time for Just Ask D.reed. There it is. So far, like I said, man, people always ask me questions, so I got to see what this question's about, man. Now, do I have to elaborate on it? We'll see. This is pretty hefty. Hey, D.reed, I've been watching your show. I'm sure you know it's amazing. I do. That's what's up. Thank you. Anyway, keep up that high level energy. I try. My question is, will you be discussing the ongoing topic of alien life, extraterrestrial life, which is being brought up a lot lately? Also, what is your perspective on the human origin? Goodness gracious.
Oh, man, that's a lot, man. That's a lot.
Your name would be that, but I'm going to say SM. That's her initials.
SM?
SM.
She's a super Martian.
So, let me say this though.
She's a Martian.
It's in two parts, I guess. It's two parts. So, number one, I have seen that. I'm into all that. Hey, don't do spaceships and all that. Come on, man. I'm into that stuff. I like that type of stuff. So that's cool. They must have saw something in my post before when the guy was coming out talking about he's going to let everybody know that we've been made contact, whatever it is. So I would say yes. I would love to have someone on the show that knows a little bit more than me that can come on the show. So if you know someone, hey man, tell them to hit me up. Let's talk about this stuff. Let's talk about other life other than us. That's number one. And my perspective of human origin. My goodness. Of course, I was raised religious. You know what I mean? But as I got older, I got more of a relationship spiritually and more spiritually conscious. I've learned a lot of things. I'm cool with not knowing certain things, meaning that not that I can't find out. If I don't know, I just don't know, and I'm cool with that. And I found that out. I don't know everything, but I do have my perspective on it, and maybe I'll have someone come on the show to talk about that too as well, and we can discuss that together. How about that, HalfCam? Bring somebody to talk about Anunnaki. How far y'all want to go back? Egypt? Well, I don't know. Anyway, but I would definitely get my perspective on that, and I'm sure just invite the people on the show that I can go ahead and bust it up with, and let's see what happens. I'm open for all conversations, so let's do it. You know what I mean? Are you into that? The
sci-fi
or whatever. They've been talking about that a lot on the news and all that.
I mean, they've been talking about.
You think it's just us?
I mean, it's some type of.
You think it's only us?
I think it's some type of life form. In the universe. Okay. It's something. It's just that we can't get to it. It's like. They can get to us, but we can't get to them though.
Okay, well, but you answered the question though. Yeah, you did. It's not. We ain't the only one.
We ain't the only one. We're not the only ones. We can't be the only ones.
Can't be the only one
living in civilization in the world. Yeah. It's some hot lava people somewhere.
It's somewhere. Anything's possible.
It probably is a Planet of the Apes somewhere.
But there you have it, man. Listen, man, you just tuned to Cutsconvocoffee. Make sure you don't forget to push the subscribe button. And since I mentioned the word subscribe, HalfCam. If you're a 1,000 person that subscribes to Cutsconvo and Coffee,
what happens?
They get $1,000. There it is, right there. Show on HalfCam. That's right, man. If you are a 1,000 subscriber, on my show or on YouTube, I'm gonna give you $1,000. You know what I mean? So, and how you want a Zelle, cash? It don't matter to me. I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna get 500. I'm gonna get 500 for 5, and we're gonna make it happen. Anyway, 5. I want to thank you so much for this, man. I got something for you too, man. I really, really appreciate you coming on the show.
I got something for you too.
Oh my gosh! Go ahead. You want to go first?
I'm gonna get you.
All right, there you go.
So
wow, that's awesome.
I'm currently an influencer, at
yes, you are.
Gillette razors. I've been with Gillette razors for 6 years now.
Wow.
I finally scored my first national ad, so I'm on television.
Right,
Mom. I'm on television, Mom, and I'm getting residual checks.
Not to mention, real quick, now you done something for the last 10 years. I believe you were doing the Jimmy Fallon show, so you was the barber for the Jimmy Fallon show.
Yes, I worked for the Philadelphia hip hop band The Roots. I worked for them for 22 years.
22 years, see?
At the Tonight Show, Jimmy Fallon show.
Yep, yeah, I remember you going up.
I just finished in 2019, right before COVID.
Good stuff.
What I mean? And,
good stuff.
I gained a lot of knowledge, and shout out to them.
Good.
That's my heart. You know what I mean? And
yes.
I really appreciate them. And
I love Philly. Shout out to Philly.
Thank you.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
So the education that I learned from them, I took that back to public school with me to educate our children.
Man, that's awesome. That's awesome, man. Appreciate that. So now, elevated again.
So I done elevated again.
God darn it, let's keep it going.
This is one of the best razors in the brand of Skin Guard. This is a Skin Guard razor.
Okay.
People, back in the day in the barbershop, black folks used to be skeptical about using the Gillette razor. I mean, as you can see, we have African Americans on packages. In there.
Come on now.
This is clinically proven, to shave an African American male.
Yes.
The Skin Guard.
Good.
Now, they got a whole system now.
They got the foam?
The foam. I remember when I first started with them, they just had like the razor, then, a shaving cream. And it's kind of like, they allowed me personally to have some input on what they should have, in their brand.
As they should. Awesome. That's awesome.
Brand, thank Gillette, for that, because I see myself.
So this is the pre-shave right here.
So this is a pre-shave. This is like pretty good here.
Right.
No, this is the moisturizer.
Moisturizer. Okay.
This is the deli cleansing.
So that's the face scrub.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're supposed to use this first before you.
Use that first
before you.
Let me tell you something. You got to chew a good face scrub, man. It's nothing like it. I'm telling you.
This is one of the best though. It's Choco.
Yep.
This brand is amazing through Gillette.
And one thing I learned about face scrub, if you got face scrub, you got to have a moisturizer to follow up with it, because it's going to clean your face so good that you're going to have to.
But then you have the skin, skin restoring moisturizer from Gillette. So they have a whole system to the Skin Guard brand.
Oh wow!
This is amazing.
Wow.
You can get this whole system at Target, Walmart. Your retailers.
Good stuff, man.
So I'm gifting this to you, though, man.
My guy, my bro.
You know what I mean?
My bro, I appreciate you, man.
I know you don't cut hair no more, but
I still got a couple celebrities I do on the side. I won't say your name.
You'll find somebody to shave and cut.
Man, I appreciate that. Thank you so much, man.
They will love it.
Right? Blessings to you, bro. I appreciate that. So, man, listen, man. I want to thank Fahin for coming on the show, man. I know he's busy. He got a lot going on. He just bought a building, and he got the school going on. He's still cutting. How often are you cutting? How many days?
I go in there for a couple hours.
Okay.
During the week. Monday through Friday. I still cut.
Oh, good stuff.
Good. Weekends, Saturday and Sunday, I'm in there cutting it, man.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff, man. So I want to give you this Cutsconvocoffee hoodie. I see you got a hoodie on, so it's perfect.
Oh, man,
that's your hoodie. That's the Cutsconvo hoodie, classic hoodie. You know what I mean? You can show everybody that. Yup. But when you come on the show, I'm gonna make sure I take care of you. You can't show everybody that one, but that's for you. You ain't gotta open that now. That's yours.
What is this?
That's just yours. That's just yours. All you gotta do, you gotta open that. That's yours.
You see this?
That's
and I didn't even ask for this.
You listen, that's you.
All right, thank you.
But once you know that we really
y'all can see
you,
through
man.
The silhouette, right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
But listen, man, I appreciate you so much, bro, man. Tell everybody too, man. Tell everybody where they can find you, man. Tell everybody.
I mean, you can find me at Morrell Dobbins High School. During the week. During the week, I'm at Morrell Dobbins High School, located at 22nd and Lehigh. Haircuts is actually free. Our students, come in.
Oh, that's good.
They got to train, so haircuts are definitely free. Come up to the school to get haircuts. They're free. We have Cosmetology. They charge a little bit because they use a lot of product over there.
Right.
But you can get a hairdo, little or nothing over there.
Good stuff.
I mean, we need the support over there. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's awesome.
I mean, in the tri-state area, not just Philadelphia. You guys can pop up on us. Y'all can get free services. We got an awesome culinary kitchen that you guys can come support. The food is amazing there. I don't go nowhere. We got a printer, graphic designer upstairs, Miss West. I don't go nowhere. I sit there and do my personal business at Dobbins and get things done.
My guy. Tell everybody where to find you on your Instagram tag and all that other stuff. I'm sure they already know.
You follow Barber 1. That's FAHDA Barber BAR. I can't even spell it. BARBER.
There you go.
Barber number 1. That's Fad the Barber 1. Fad the Barber number 1.
My guy.
You can find me there.
Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that, man. Listen, man, it's the boy Topshelf D.reed. You can find me on Topshelf Reed on Instagram, but also follow my Instagram page, Cutsconvocoffee Show. Make sure you go on there and follow us so you can get the show updates and who's coming on next and get all the reels and all that stuff that comes up on our show, man. Listen, man, come and check us out, man. We try to take it to a whole nother level.
You got to see this gym, my man.
Oh, my God.
So I was in there before.
Let's go.
So I'm about to get back when school let out, so y'all going to see the videos, me back working out. At the playground every morning. Y'all gonna see that. Right. Get that back.
Tell them. You gotta tell them too. You gotta tell them. I gotta tell them.
All right. So I had to tell my people first, but I'm gonna tell
wrong with that.
The world people. So I'm about to start getting back to working out. Once school let out. So y'all gonna see the 5 a.m. workouts in the morning. I want y'all guys to follow me. I want y'all guys to believe in yourself. health is definitely wealth, and you know,
Better believe it.
and working out and eating proper.
Let's go.
You know, let's go.
Good stuff, man. Listen, man, thank you guys for tuning in and watching this show of Cutsconvocoffee. And you know what they say? Most people say when things get right, I'll make a move. But the reality is, things get right when you make a move. It's the boy Topshelf D.reed, man, along with my man, HalfCam, Half Amazin, my bro.
Amazing.
We out of here, man. Yeah.
Put my glasses on.
Hey. Good show, man. Oh, my God, man. Thank you, man.
Thank you. Man, I appreciate that.
Go. He smacked, y'all. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's the boy Topshelf D.reed. Just want to thank you all for watching the show. Please don't forget to go on YouTube, push like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see y'all next time on the show.
Fahin got